away from this opportunity.
Correct.
How many other persons who presently look to him for guidance, he would not have known of him at all. And it meant now that I would have caused him to miss his key, his link, his path.
Correct.
You understand? So that I may be doing something with good intentions, but have a terrible result, and who it should fall on. Yes, it would fall on him, but at the end of the day, indirectly, I am the one who caused it. So we have to be very careful in that it's not only us, we not absorbing information for, but for others who we can help along the way too.
So true, so relevant. And this man has taken us, he's gone through the world, he's traveled the world, he's well traveled, he's taken us to international standards, taken our name, our flag throughout the world as well, bringing Trinidad and Tobago very present. He's here week after week. I would have met people whom fall under...
Yes, fall under the structure.
Exactly, and have been really doing exceptionally well, would have tasted success and growth.
Yeah. So the thing is that, as Mr. James says, you have persons who, in their ignorance, because of whatever the reasons they use to guard their present status with, and not wanting to open up themselves to a new body of knowledge, so they feel that they are an authority on that area, and they may be misguided, not only themselves, but misguiding so many others who they directly or indirectly lead.
Yeah.
All right. So
correct.
Yeah. So Mr. James, now, as you correctly said, I have seen him blowing on passports because of his traveling.
Yeah.
So one thing, the number of persons whose lives he has touched, not only in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, but throughout the world.
Yeah.
The opportunity that we have, I have seen where it is real, it is well, and it means so much to so many people. And this is the thing, it means so much to persons. So when you hear somebody come and cry it down, that is one thing. But when they cry it down because of a void of knowledge, that is a different thing. And I know, Mr. James just told me to show up.
He didn't.
So I said, okay, I'll show up. I don't even know what angle he's taking. You understand? But here I am to support, and let's see where we go.
Education is power.
Yes. You see, one of the main reasons why I invited Cliff to be here with me is because I know this type of topic is very touchy for me. Yeah. And sometimes I tend to get a little emotional. I believe I'm better than where I was before.
Right.
Nevertheless, I get very emotional because I'm passionate, and I'm passionate about what I believe in.
Right.
And when I know someone don't understand my product, don't understand my business, don't understand the concept thereof, and bigger than that, the overall concept of money, many people feel they know. I want you to know you don't know that you don't know, especially when it comes to this concept of fiat currency. And we're going to discuss that. I'm going to go back to 1903 in a little bit and discuss that with you. So one of the key things that I want to mention, when I got started, I went into heavy research because I wanted to learn. I wanted to know, and I didn't understand, and I accepted that fact. And in my research, I noticed when new industries are coming into the world, people respond to them differently. And I want to go back to a particular story that was in a documentary that I was watching, and I was baffled to believe that's how it was operating. Do you know when the Motor Vehicle Association, or the concept of a car or moving car, was coming to fruition, that the people... Locomotive, that's correct. Locomotive, that's correct.
Yeah.
The people that were the horse and carriage, and the people who control that industry, they were so opposed and were so powerful with their money that they was pushing and forcing the lawmakers to make ridiculous rules and regulations to aid them, because they see their business being threatened.
That's right.
Do you know that people at that time who wanted to use the locomotive vehicle used to have to get someone to walk in front of the car with a flag to announce that a car is coming and moving behind them? So somebody used to walk in front of the vehicle. So how fast was that vehicle really traveling? But look where we are today when it comes to transportation. Look where we are today. In Dubai, they just released a video, some information where they have these pods. What used to take hours is now minutes in traveling. They just released this in Dubai. My friend is over there right now, who was here with us last week, Mr. Mohammed Adil, is in Dubai right now. He was in the UK, he's in Dubai now, and he just sent me the video, say this is what they're bringing out in 2021, they're gonna launch officially, because it's ready.
Brilliant.
And I'm saying to myself, this happens, and it happens all the time. The question is, who is gonna position himself to take advantage of the impending trend? Is those who are willing to learn, understand, and get in front, not behind, not stay in the comfort zone that Cliff is speaking about.
It's about out with the old, in with the new. That's the attitude. And for you to be on top of things, you really have to have an open mind and be willing to understand, to be part of the new, of the moment.
That's right, that's right.
And don't be ignorant.
No, you cannot afford to be. You see, you cannot afford to be ignorant. It's too expensive. You understand?
I do.
Could you imagine missing out on a particular opportunity because somebody gave you bad advice? Or somebody told you something that at that time you trusted that individual because that was a source of information or from that person's field or whatever the case may be, and they led you the wrong direction. Then a couple months or a couple years later, you see that that was a time and place where you really needed to exercise your authority and get involved.
Get involved, be educated. Call Sarah now at 744-5503. 744-5503. Don't be ignorant. Educate yourself, empower yourself by taking the chance and opportunity to really evolve as a person, as a family, understanding that the choices that you make today will certainly be the outcome of tomorrow. And when you make a decision today for yourself, remember it's going to impact on your children in the future. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa. We're going to take a short break, take in some important messages. We'll return right after these. Stay with us.
When I was growing up, I didn't have the opportunity to be taught or educated in finance. And this put me at a disadvantage later on in life. The SuperTech program offers financial education for ages 5 and up. It's simple and it's at the pace of the child. So, give your child the advantage. Let them learn today so that they could lead tomorrow.
Fun it is. This is free financial education for kids age 5 to 12 and experience for children to learn concepts of money and finance. Super fun.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Hoover Car Park, Hoover, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagonas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
India Expo reopens from October 17th to November 15th. Brand new containers for Diwali. Enjoy Foodie Thursdays. Flat 50% off on food every Thursday. Your one-stop shop for all your Diwali needs. Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station in Chagonas.
The most visited expo of 2019, the India in Style Expo, opposite the Center of Excellence, now open from the 25th of October until Diwali. Garments, furniture, handicrafts, footwear, you name it, they have it. Just for Diwali, India in Style Expo, opposite the Center of Excellence in Makoya from the 25th of October until Diwali.
First time ever, Mid-Center Mall Diwali Flea Market from November 5th until Diwali Eve. Get the best value for your dollar. Lots of items to choose from. Mid-Center Mall Diwali Flea Market from November 5th until Diwali Eve.
Modern townhouses for sale at Garden View Residences, gated development in Aruka. Brand new 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, modern kitchen, quartz countertops, marble top vanities, water heaters. For more information, call now 622-6601.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zalisa right here on Synergy TV. In conversation today with Mr. King James and Mr. Cliff Samlal Singh, and of course helping you to understand the importance of educating yourself when it comes to success. Call Sarah now at 744-5503. That's 744-5503 and educate yourself. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Talking about ignorance today, talking about empowering yourself by taking advantage of educating yourself.
Correct. And Cliff brought up an interesting point that during the break that I want to discuss.
All right, so what I was saying is that I'm listening to Mr. James speak.
Yeah.
And if I'm to take the position of one of your listeners out there, and you are asking me now, the persons whom I trusted all my life to give me a guidance, but because they don't know about this opportunity, I now cannot lean on them. So for instance, there are persons, for instance, who have been following a particular kind of religion, and they want to switch their faith. For them to switch their faith from one church to another, somebody would have had to influence them to go in there.
On point.
Alright? So now I need somebody to influence me to get into this new area which I don't know about. I am now seeing I'm speaking now as one of the listeners.
Correct.
I am now seeing a stranger who has been coming up every week, yes, but I only know him through the media. But he is not one of my trusted people.
Correct.
And here he is going counter to what most likely my trusted people would say because they don't know about this opportunity.
Right.
And he is now going to ask me to go against the grain of what they are saying.
Correct.
To come into this opportunity. Guys, I tell you this because the same thing I had to go through.
It's a brilliant point.
Alright?
And it's really relevant.
So, I would like now Mr. James to explain why or how he is asking you to come on and how the risk that you're exposing yourself to would be mitigated. Right? That's all.
Mr. King?
And I take this point, and I take his concern, I take his concept very, very, very important. Here's why. Because in my research, and people have to understand, you have to do your due diligence. And you can't just do due diligence by typing in on Google. That's part of it. So, but the internet of information is out there, is free, but you have to shift through the information and you need to compare documents.
Okay.
So when I got started at that time, I saw a lot of information about OneCoin being a scam, being a Ponzi, and negatives.
So
then
you
I
would
saw,
have seen all the negative things.
Yes, of course.
You were aware of all the negative things.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I would have seen the positive, and then I had the individuals who was already involved at that time saying the positive things as well. So I saw positive online and I heard individuals.
Okay.
So what I had to do now was read in between.
Right.
What's not being said? What's not my understanding? And when I realized, but wait, they're selling financial educational packages, they're educating people about money, and then telling me and showing me something is wrong with the monetary system. When I sit back in my own time and I look in retrospect, and I do some introspection, I have to agree something has been wrong.
Right.
Why is it that I'm having this experience of money losing buying power and it cannot be explained to me?
Okay.
And then I go in now and I find documentaries and information like this. And Brother Noel happened to just this morning send this information, and I'll take a little quick read.
Please.
It says, the purpose of the foundation, the General Education Board, was use the power of money not to raise the level of education in America, as was widely believed at the time, but to influence the direction of that education. The object was to use the classroom to teach attitudes that encourage people to be passive and submissive to their rulers. The goal was and is to create citizens who are educated enough for productive work under supervision, but not enough to question authority or seek to raise above their class. True education was to be restricted to the sons and daughters of the elite. For the rest, it would be better to produce skilled workers with no particular aspiration other than to enjoy life. This is ratings and this is information from Edward Griffin in The Creature from Jekyll Island, Rockefeller General Education Board, founded in 1903. And this is a documentary on the whole Jekyll Island. If you don't know what that is, go do your research, find out about that meeting that they would have had at that time. And in this, when I read now, Robert Kiyosaki, Conspiracy of the Rich, I also read the memoirs of what Rockefeller said about education and who it had to be there for. And I'm sitting to myself, wow, how come is it? And you start to ask questions. And then these questions lead you to wanting to find out answers. And you realize you can't get truthful answers. So how come rich children don't go to the school system? Majority are homeschooled, home educated, or hired instructors in specific fields. They don't go and do all the science and biology and all these other topics all at once. Why is it in such? So upon this type of research and this type of information, how could I want to stay away from people who are willing to free my mind? Especially with the truthful education we have in our One Academy courses, especially our level 1, when it shows you the deterioration of the US dollar to what it is today, and how this has just been ignored because people just believe. Ignorance belief.
Yeah.
They just believe in this concept of the US dollar and the strength and the power to say that it's 7 TT dollars to 1. Why?
Why?
Why? They printed over 7 trillion this year, as far as they've been printing, but they injected, let me say. But yet, it's still 7 to 1 TT dollars. Why? And this is the information, this is the type of questioning. This is why I'm saying, don't just trust who you already know, but trust yourself by you doing your due diligence, you doing your homework, you not just listening to people talk to you. And I'm going to talk about people talking to you just in a bit.
You know, I listened to Mr. James speak, and I'm not going to add information here because there's a ton load of information out there.
Right.
My mind was thrown back on why would somebody want to move? And it reminds me of a story around a Zen parable. Now, Zen is Japanese philosophy.
Yes.
And the story went like this. A guy rowed his boat from the mainland to this little island, found a treasure chest full of gold, fought to put it back into the boat. So he now has this treasure chest full of gold in the boat. He came from a poor place,
Yeah.
and he's now seeing this gold being his delivery from this poverty to riches.
And he empowered.
And he's only thinking about when he gets back to that mainland with this gold, how he going to secure it and how he going to use it so that he can now buy himself out of poverty. Along the way from the island where he was to the mainland, the boat springs a leak. And because of the chest of gold, it's very heavy and the boat is weighing down.
Yeah.
Water is coming in. The water is full of crocodiles. He has a choice. He has to lighten the boat. To lighten the boat, he could try to bail out the water, which he has been doing, but it's still coming in fast because of the weight of the chest of gold.
Yeah.
He has a choice. He could throw the gold out into the ocean and leave it and all his dreams behind, or he could fight his way with that gold, hope he could paddle fast enough with that gold to reach the island, to reach the mainland before the crocodiles take him. That's it. Then is what would you do in that situation? The thing is that, why I said so, Mr. James can give you all the information you want. There's an education out there and information that is going to provoke your thoughts and upset you. But that is if you are uncomfortable with the situation you are in. Depending on the guy who I just told you about in his story, if his poverty is so bad, he may say, listen, I prefer to fight my way back with this gold, risking death. Or he may say, listen, it ain't worth it. It depends on you.
Your choice is yours.
Right? A number of us who came into this opportunity have said, listen, this is our deliverance for a better tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? So a better tomorrow, not a better today or better early tomorrow. Sometime it's going to be in the future.
Right.
All right? And that's all it is there. How badly do you want out of your conditions?
You are on point. And the founder of this company, I remember her saying, fortune favor the brave.
Fortune favors the brave.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And to get involved in this or what you don't know, what you don't understand, or something of the nature, it takes bravery. It is some sort of level of being brave there. Now, the fortune is also there for those who jump, who are not looking first to make sure everything is good for landing, but they're willing to take the leap because they believe they're going to land.
Yeah.
Where are you in this story? Who would you be?
Exactly.
That is the question.
That's the question, the choice that you take. If you want to know more, if you want to understand exactly what they're talking about, if you want to empower yourself and educate yourself, then you have to call Sarah. You owe it to yourself to make that call and make that conversation and answer those unanswered questions for a better tomorrow, simply by making that call. Call Sarah at 744-5503. That's 744-5503. Be the person to make the call. Get the answers. Do not be the person to question, should I? I should have. Be the person to say, I did, I feel empowered, and I am creating a better tomorrow, a better future, not just for you, but for your children. This is the program Conversations with Zalisa, in conversation with King James and Mr. Cliff Samuel Singh, both fintech consultants. Gentlemen?
Last year, I had an experience where my wife and my son tried to kill me. Right? What happened to they decided, I was in Florida, I to sign up to do skydiving.
Right. What
so
an experience.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Only when I was all there, we were there, and then all of a sudden they said, this to you, this is a birthday gift. And I was like, no, had I known all of that, no, I'm afraid of heights. And they know that. So you sentence somebody you're afraid of heights to go do skydiving.
Yeah.
Right? The thing is that I can't forget the experience. It was beautiful.
You see, and you were afraid. You're afraid of heights.
Yeah. Now, when I came out of the plane, for the first couple of minutes, I was numb. I'll be honest. Right? Because I was wondering, what if the parachute doesn't open?
Yeah.
You were thinking of all the things that could go wrong.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And when you're up there now and you get to realize, you're getting an experience there that very few persons have had. All right? And you get to enjoy the experience as it goes along. Now, I can't wait until I do it again.
Yeah.
So I am telling you this because persons who come into this opportunity, you don't know anything about it. And you may feel as though you're jumping out of a plane and you're wondering whether your parachute is going to open up to protect you from the risk that you have. Well, guess what? We have been involved in this almost 5 years. Yeah. Our parachutes have opened up and have been protecting us for almost 5 years, despite the negative criticism against us.
Yeah.
So you think when you come on board now, your parachute of everybody else is going to close, and you are going to fall, free falling.
Yeah, it's
it
great.
wouldn't happen.
Because it's life, it's real, it's true.
And he speaks the facts. And as he speaks the facts, I want to address a situation that I believe is at utmost importance. Because one of my teachings is I let people know, don't let anyone steal your dream. Do not allow anyone to steal your dream, because there's dream stealers out there. There are people who prey on being negative or spreading negativity, or their fear, I should say, because they don't know and they want to come across boastful as if they know everything or they understand. And these individuals you need to be wary of. And there's a lot of them throughout the world.
So
they may be 9 or 10 according to the great Jim Rohn, but they move around a lot. They move around a lot.
You're so true. It's like you're preaching to me this morning, because the fact is there are people that are waiting to steal your joy.
Absolutely.
Steal your happiness.
Absolutely.
And I am a living example of that. This program, Conversations with Zelisa, will not be on Synergy TV had I taken advice from people who saw all the negative things.
And your strength goes beyond, and it's demonstrated by the success you're having with the program.
Correct.
Regardless. Now, there's always a start. Now, my thing is, to the negative individuals, get your life together and get your act together. I want to invite those individuals to contact me. Don't bad talk me indirectly, because if you're bad talking my organization, you're bad speaking of me. And there's someone in Trinidad and Tobago, I believe his name is Sir Charles or something of the sort, on some other radio or something of this nature. This is the second time I'm hearing that on his program, he's speaking about the organization.
Okay.
I am here, a part of the organization, leading the organization, especially for Trinidad and Tobago. Contact me. If you don't know that you don't know, you have no rights, no goals, no scruples to try to attempt to say that we are a scam. You are a scam, because you're scamming the listeners that you have out of the opportunity because you don't know, because you are ignorant. That should not be. It should not be. But better than that, I invite you to sit down with Alicia here, and she could be the one that's having a beautiful debate process. We could turn the show for one episode into a debate process. He could be Donald Trump. All right, just joking. But definitely, we could have that type of opportunity.
Sure,
and just
anyone to come, let's have a conversation.
Let's talk.
Let's empower our people. Let's educate you. Call Sarah now, 744-5503, 744-5503. Make that call. Let's go to some important messages. We will return right after these. Stay with us.
When I was growing up, I didn't have the opportunity to be taught or educated in finance. And this put me at a disadvantage later on in life. The Super TED program offers financial education for ages 5 and up. It's simple and it's at the pace of the child. So, give your child the advantage. Let them learn today so that they could lead tomorrow.
Fun it is. This is free financial education for kids, age 5 to 12, and experience for children to learn concepts of money and finance. Super fun.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Hoover Car Park, Hoover, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagonas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Expo reopens from October 17th to November 15th. Brand new containers for Diwali. Enjoy Foodie Thursdays. Flat 50% off on food every Thursday. Your one-stop shop for all your Diwali needs. Fabinga Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station in Chaguanas.
The most visited expo of 2019, the India in Style Expo, opposite the Center of Excellence, now open from the 25th of October until Diwali. Garments, furniture, handicrafts, footwear, you name it, they have it. Just for Diwali, India in Style Expo, opposite the Center of Excellence in Makoya from the 25th of October until Diwali.
First time ever, Mid-Center Mall Diwali Flea Market from November 5th until Diwali Eve. Get the best value for your dollar. Lots of items to choose from. Mid-Center Mall Diwali Flea Market from November 5th until Diwali Eve.
Eden Heights Clinic. Live blood analysis with instant results. Colon hydrotherapy, ozone therapy, prolozone therapy, complete detox, weight loss, oxygen baths, diet and nutritional programs, supplements and health foods, treatment for all lifestyle diseases, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, men and women issues and much more at Eden Heights Clinic, 13 Montague Avenue, Trincity, 763-5292, 640-8985.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zalisa right here on Synergy TV. This morning we're in conversation with King James as well as Mr. Cliff Samuel Singh. They're both fintech consultants and they're here to empower us. They're here to advise us, but more importantly, guide us with regards to educating and empowering ourselves so that we are not going to be ignorant to the fact that success can be ours. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Lisa, I just mediate here because I don't want Mr. James Passion to bring the EHS ambulance.
No, and I think it's because, very much like myself, when you are passionate about something, when you believe in something, when it's been working for you, you do become not agitated, but you do become a bit upset because you understand the fact that people do have the power to influence people, but what is important is that you can influence people with the correct information, not misleading people, and that is what is important.
Right. Let me digress a little bit as far as finance is concerned. Give Mr. James a little chance to compose himself. All right? For instance, we have something recently where a lot of people coming on, they're saying this susu.
Correct. The pyramid, correct.
Right. So, the thing is that it has reached the point now where a number of persons from the time they hear the word susu,
correct,
they feel it is, that whole thing is a
scam.
legal,
Yeah.
I want people, I am not talking about any particular company who's running the susu now, I'm talking about the plan of the susu. I want to tell persons that a number of aspects of our financial lives are built around the susu premise. Alright? So for instance, the mere fact, the life insurance industry, the mere fact that when you come on board, your premiums that you pay very often will not be enough to pay off whatever your face value of your policy is. Understand?
Understood.
It is dependent on other persons bringing in their money, and the money is pooled to be able to give to you any time of your death. Or to give to your estate, not to you.
Right.
All right?
Correct, you're quite correct.
The life insurance industry has been built around that. The national insurance, the word S in NIS stands for scheme. National insurance scheme. No. For every time you hear the people use that word and tell you what you're running is a Ponzi scheme. Right? National insurance, for those of you who don't know, our local scenario is the NIS is in some problems down the road.
Bad
it has
problems.
been long to that.
Yes.
Why? You don't have enough persons making enough contributions to pay the future persons.
Correct.
So you understand that so the money that is amassed now in contributions is to pay people in the future. That is the purpose of it. I can go on and on. There are a whole number of aspects of our lives where this supremacist, and that's all it is.
Now you are the authority here, and you could say these things based on your information and knowledge when it comes to finances, because you're not ignorant.
But I wouldn't say so, because there are a number of persons, for instance, the credit union movement. When you make your contributions to your shares, and you are told you can borrow 2 or 3 times the amount of your shares, where you feel that excess amount of your shares is being loaned you from other people's contributions. You see, there are persons who are within the field and they don't think outside of the box. Right? So yes, they are faced with it, but because it's like you're so close to the mirror that there are times when you have to stand back to see what really is in front of you.
Very
You're so
true.
close you can't see it.
You're muffled. Yeah,
Right?
true.
So why I'm saying this thing is that we are the person who Mr. James referred to Sir Charles may be acting in ignorance, not because he has bad intentions. And all Mr. James is suggesting is that, hey, because there are a number of persons who are listening to your program, why don't you come and hear another aspect of the whole theory behind what we offer before you form the opinion? And if after your debate with Zelisa here, and this is just a suggestion, and you are still of the same opinion, then walk away, walk freely and make your opinion. But I know, for instance, in Forex, persons who are very successful in Forex trading, and there is a minority, it's less than 10% individuals who are successful in that. 90% are failures, I tell you one time. Right? The persons who are successful in Forex, what they do, one of their things is that whatever they choose, the indicators to say, listen, this is what they believe it would be. They know, the successful ones, try to look for other aspects which would suggest why it will not go this way. You understand? So they are looking at both sides. Indicators which favor what they want and indicators which favor why it will not go in the way they want. All we are suggesting to Mr. Charles, and I suppose this is an open request that anybody who feels what we have is a scam, is to come and listen to us openly. With an open mind, that's all, with an open mind, and then form your opinion. Look for a reason why what you believe may not be so, and then make a decision.
I like to say, do not be the YouTube doctor or the Google doctor and say you're a professional. Because there are many people who go and see all these remedies and see all these sayings and then they want to give diagnosis to themselves or prescribe to themselves. And it could be treating something totally wrong, totally different. So we have to be careful of what we say. Oh, I see this online, so this is how it has to be. It cannot be like that when you have local people on the soil with you that you can get in contact with. I am not hiding from no one. It's easy to find. Our office is in the Center of Excellence. Right there, in the middle. What I'm saying is, we are well positioned and we have sat down with the FIU, the SEC, the central bank, so they are aware of who we are. So no one could come in my face and try to dictate to me their thoughts on who they think we are. No, you have to be on the inside, be willing to learn who we are on the inside, and then you can give your take on who you believe we are. But until people do that, you can't step in my shoes.
Yeah, and that's why it's important for us to understand that the only when we have power, it's because we have knowledge. We're not ignorant to the fact of certain things, which is simply about the topic that we're talking about today. Don't be the ignorant one. Be the one that's empowered, that can understand simply by educating yourself. You have the opportunity to call Sarah, make an appointment, and you can call her at 744-5503, 744-5503. Empower yourself, educate yourself, understand, comprehend, and don't be the one at the back of the line being ignorant. Be at the one at the front saying, I'm going to make that choice.
Correct is right.
Because I want a better
Correct is right. So if I was to have closing remarks, it'd be along this line. I would have said it many of times, but I hold true to it. You do not see a tree bearing fruit and say, let me pelt the tree that's next to it that's empty. You're going to stone the tree that has the fruit on it because you're trying to pick at that fruit. And in this organization, it has been a fruitful organization. We have been an organization that I think any other organization have went through what we have went through, with the amount of slander, the amount of hurt, the amount of betrayal, the amount of sabotage, would have folded. But this organization is with a purpose. And there's a teaching I learned from a friend, Gordon Stennis, years ago, when he mentioned to me, and then I took it on to another life, where business is not about money, it's about purpose. Because if you chase money, money has a way of running away from you. You have to learn to attract money. And if you're purpose driven, you can attract money. Our purpose is like what Nelson Mandela would have said. He said, the greatest weapon of war in the world is education. Because if you could help a man think better, understand better, know better, guess what he can do? Do better. And what we are attempting to do is the same financial situation and organization and the world that we are part of. We are attempting to help people understand better, do better, so they would not end up in the same scenario. The NIB and the NIS situation that Cliff brought up.
Yeah.
That situation is serious, you know.
It is.
We are not having enough children who are going through enough work experience to provide for the latter. Now, this is because the paper currency is losing value drastically. This is the part that they don't put out there.
Correct.
In the story. But how could you not want to learn, know, or find out more information about a currency that don't lose value and has a chance to increase in value? You know why? Because you're accustomed to the loss of value. Because you grew up in this dispensation where that is okay. But the new generation of people that's coming, that is not going to be okay to them. There's a way to root out the criminal intent that has been designed from day one with the birth of fiat currency, because it started on a lie. We are saying that this lie cannot be perpetuated anymore because now we know better. So I'm saying, come into the understanding, decide to know better, and let's do better together with one life that's adding more value across the globe to life.
And if you want to know better and you want to know more, and again, you want to empower yourself, educate yourself, then call Sarah now. 744-5503. That's 744-5503. You'll never be the same. Mrs. Amnansing?
Well, listen, I heard Mr. James talk about, and this is from our very basic level 1 information, whereby what is money? Money is whatever you and I agree to as a means of exchange of goods and services.
Correct.
Plain and simple. Whatever you and I agree to. For more than 2 years, I've been showing persons whereby there are cities within countries right now that use a separate currency to what exists throughout the other country. And I'm talking about, for instance, in Massachusetts, in Pennsylvania, they use there's a small community of persons who use a separate currency to the US dollar. And guess what? Their currency, they have valued it more than the US dollar. In which very interesting.
Very
Calgary,
interesting.
Canada. There's
Yeah.
a community of persons, which includes some businesses and so on, who use a separate currency. In England, there's a city, a community within that city use their currency referred to as the Bristol. I can go on and on. This has been in existence before I was speaking about it. I have been speaking about this more than 2 years.
Okay.
So if that has been happening, and we are showing you that what we are offering you is very, very workable. But guess what? Persons say the reason why this works with the other cities is because it is linked to the banking system. Well, guess what? We have our own banking system. It's called the blockchain. That's it. You understand? So we just have our version of it. We haven't gotten away from that. You want to know what's a Ponzi scheme? Let me tell you what's a Ponzi. And I am surprised that if our reporters don't beat that. Do you know that the moon that you look at has already been sold? Yes. There's a businessman in the US and he has made millions of dollars off of this, whereby a number of persons have bought in. He got a map of it. and he has broken it up into parts and it is already sold. So just don't be surprised when sometime in the future the US is taxing you now so every time there's full moon and you're taking a look at it and so on. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Right? So that to me is a scam. But it has worked and the guy has shown where legally why he cannot be penalized and he has accumulated millions of dollars to do that. Right? So there are a number of things if you want to pass judgment on, I could suggest things that you could look at. But all I'm saying is that before you pass judgment on this, take a listen to what Mr. James has. Come on down on the show. Hear what we have to offer.
Well, we don't even have to go out of Trinidad and Tobago. Let's talk about what's happening in Trinidad and Tobago. There are people that are using the coin to go to a resort in Matura. You could take your family.
Yes.
You could go to a hardware and purchase material and services.
Correct is right.
You can build an apartment building. You could purchase land. You could purchase a car. You could purchase a house.
Yes.
And it's all happening here in Trinidad and Tobago. There are people, this very program that exists every Friday is existing here, right here, that we could broadcast to the world on this program. And many others that are going to come on the program because of the one coin.
He's correct.
That is
right.
fact. Am I correct?
100% correct.
And it's real and it's happening.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The idea and the intention is to integrate into the paymenting processing center of the world. So the person who's selling fruits, we don't want to ignore, we want you there selling the fruit. We want to use this coin to do anything that you can do with any fiat currency. The difference between using it here in Trinidad and Tobago is that when you leave Trinidad and Tobago, there's another believer in another country where you can use a coin as well. Not another believer of the Trinidad dollar in another country where you can use a TT dollar. That is the major difference, and this is why people have to understand that we're developing something. We're not finished. We're far from finished. We're not in a complete mode or session as yet, but we're building something very special. Guys, I really want to thank you all for listening today. It's all about one life for more life and giving value to persons that don't know that they don't know. Do not be ignorant is not bliss.
This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa. We thank you kindly for choosing us, allowing us to influence you in a positive way, and of course answer those unanswered questions. And of course, inviting you to call Sarah, reminding you 744-5503, 744-5503. We're going to take a short break. We'll return right after these.
When I was growing up, I didn't have the opportunity to be taught or educated in finance. And this put me at a disadvantage later on in life. The Super TED program offers financial education for ages 5 and up. It's simple and it's at the pace of the child. So, give your child the advantage. Let them learn today so that they could lead tomorrow.
You know what fun it is. This is free financial education for kids, age 5 to 12, and experience for children to learn concepts of money and finance. Super fun.
India Expo reopens from October 17th to November 15th. Brand new containers for Diwali. Enjoy Foodie Thursdays. Flat 50% off on food every Thursday. Your one-stop shop for all your Diwali needs. Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station in Chaguanas.
The most visited expo of 2019, the India in Style Expo, opposite the Center of Excellence, now open from the 25th of October until Diwali. Garments, furniture, handicrafts, footwear, you name it, they have it. Just for Diwali, India in Style Expo, opposite the Center of Excellence in Makoya from the 25th of October until Diwali.
First time ever, Mid-Center Mall Diwali Flea Market from November 5th until Diwali Eve. Get the best value for your dollar. Lots of items to choose from. Mid-Center Mall Diwali Flea Market from November 5th until Diwali Eve.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagonas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket. Marcon Construction Company Limited, providing affordable and innovative building solutions. We have turnkey home solutions starting at $550,000, inclusive of foundation to roof and finishing items. Call us today for more information. 622-6601. Visit us on the web at www.marconcoltd.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Marcon Group TT.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zalisa right here on Synergy TV. In conversation this morning with Mr. King James and Mr. Cliff Samlal Singh. They're both fintech consultants. They're here to empower us and of course to help break the chain of ignorance. Welcome back, gentlemen.
I am so happy, proud with this program and this whole concept we're delivering, because it's a little forceful, maybe an aggressive message, but sometimes people need to be woken up. Sometimes you have to shake some individuals.
Sometimes you have to shake up to wake up.
You have to.
Yes.
If I could have really been myself, I'll be making a lot of noise. I just choose not to. I'm trying to be civilized for the people, but I know when you are involved in life shaping and changing, because it happened to me.
Yeah.
And I am not that special of a human. I'm not saying that I don't have special qualities, but if I could be awoken and to be participating and get up excited about life, knowing that I'm leaving a legacy, putting things in place for the family, who are you? It can be simply as you as well. And even for the existing IMEs, they need to be shaken up as well, because sometimes we lose our way. Cliff sent me a very interesting voice note that I didn't get to even speak to him about as yet. I said I got to connect with him. And in that voice note, he was discussing how sometimes that whole comfortability with the mindset of the fiat and that gratification of being a pig. What is a pig? I'm talking about a problem of instant gratification. That is just an acronym. That problem of instant gratification that we have, especially locally, it deters, hurts, and hinders progress. I remember traveling, actually I was driving a guy here in Trinidad and Tobago. He came down for an event from my other company that I was with, and his name is Paul. And this guy from Poland,
Yeah.
when he came here and he was discussing and he's seen the infrastructure of Trinidad and Tobago, and he's already into the field of running electrical and doing things of that nature, and he started to talk about, wow, this is a mess in this country, and he said, I could start doing some business here. He said 100 years from now, and this is how he's speaking to me, and he just naturally, now he's already about 60 something. He's speaking about 100 years from now. He know he's not going to be here, but he's foreseeing his company and his children running the operation here for him. And the reason why I was driving him, he came for an event, but he was always fascinated with Trinidad and Tobago because of the pitch lake, and he learned about the pitch lake in Poland, and he wanted to come find out about the pitch lake and visit, and it was a big thing for him. He was so happy about that. And here it is, we take our pitch lake for granted. We take our opportunities that we have here for granted, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. Trinidadians don't need to be ignorant to this cryptocurrency concept when we have an advantage that we can take, friends, because we can control our destiny. You can navigate it, you can be a part of it, you can definitely do more. I am telling you, imploring you, no matter who you are in one life, you can add more value to the lives of others.
Very true.
I went to somebody's piece of land at a time some years ago.
Yeah.
And I asked him, what is he going to do with this space? I said, he's going to plant some flowers in it or some food. Right? So then he says, yeah. He said flowers is just something to look at and then they die in a couple of weeks. He said food, yes, you could feed some people, but then after a while, that will be gone. He said, we're going to plant fruit trees. He said, because you feed generations with one fruit tree. And I'm listening to Mr. James talk about our opportunity, and that's what our opportunity is. You're really getting on board to take care of your generations to come. That isn't being very, very honest and candid. Is you may come on board, and when you come on board, you're going to say, listen, but I'm not seeing the results because I came on board last month. Yeah, because you're preparing for your generations. That is what this is. It's like when you go to the insurance company and take out an annuity. Right? You are taking out for down the road. You're taking care of business down the road. This is what this is doing, and it is doing it in a different way, but we're inviting you to come and listen to what it is, listen to understand how it would work. When you open up yourself to the understanding, you're going to realize, but wait, the rationale is right there, because why? You will be seeing the signs as to what we said, why we're going this way. You're going to be seeing all the danger signs out there. And what are the danger signs? Like, for instance, how many persons have looked at this US elections and look at what the implications are? Whether we don't even know who's the official winners yet.
No.
But there will be implications. How many persons have decided, okay, listen, if Trump is to get back into power, I am safeguarding myself by going this way. If Biden is the one, I am safeguarding myself this way. So there are persons who have already been doing this. We are saying that with our opportunity, you are taking care of this business. Right? It makes sense, I'm telling you guys. Come on. If you are afraid of risk, get on board with a small package. Then you're going to kick yourself for why not taking the bigger one. But get on board at least. Get your foot wet. If that's what you're
creep before you walk, and then you'll run. But you have to do that by empowering yourself. If you want growth, if you want success, if you want to put things in place for your children and your grandchildren, then you've got to educate yourself. Make that call today. Call Sarah at 744-5503, 744-5503. King, your closing comments.
I absolutely want to close with this remark. I know that Diwali, and here in Trinidad and Tobago, we celebrate Diwali in a major way. We have a lot of East Indians that's here in Trinidad and Tobago, and we believe in being one family for sure. And we teach and spread love, especially in our one ecosystem. And in our One Life organization, there's so many different walks of people, and we have a huge group of people that celebrate Diwali as well. All in Malaysia, all in India, all across, throughout the world. But we have a major demographic on that side of the world. And I want to just send special greetings and wishes for your Diwali. May it light up all over, all the diyas, all the experience that you want to have, all the well wishes. I'm sending that to you guys as the captain of One Life from the company, from all the IMEs with love, because we happen to really transcend all the foolishness that hinder people from being together, because we have one common factor. All of us have these ones, and all of us want the successful one. So race barrier, there's none. The religion barrier, there's none. There's just people of like-minded, common sense that want to go in one direction. And I want to celebrate everyone that's celebrating Diwali this weekend.
Your closing comments.
Well, Diwali, the message behind Diwali has always been light overcoming darkness. So I would like to say this consistent with our message. I mean, our message is trivial to the religious experience behind Diwali, but our education has allowed us to come out of the darkness as to all that we have been taught in the past to understanding this new realm. So our message, our teaching is going to show you that I'm going to remove the veil from your eyes. But to the Hindu community, and to those who are non-Hindus, I believe the message is appropriate also. May lightness shine throughout your lives, not only tomorrow for Diwali, but throughout the rest of your lives.
Well, my friends, this is where we've got to say our goodbyes. I want to remind you to call Sarah, make that choice, and you take that step to educate and empower yourself. Call 744-5503. That's 744-5503. On behalf of my director, Kevon Savory, and all of us here at Conversations with Zelisa, we'd like to take the opportunity to wish you and yours a Shubh Diwali 2020. May that bright light illuminate your lives and, of course, spread love, joy, happiness and peace in your hearts and in your homes. May Lakshmi Mata continue to bless you richly. Thanks for choosing us here at Synergy TV, and do have yourselves a beautiful, blessed, great day today. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani.